Hello, everybody. I want to highlight Trenton, Nebraska, in my continuing series of highlighting smaller, lesser known, and hopefully lesser used campgrounds and campsites that you might want to visit, that are not going to come up in your 100 most best campsites in the country or whatever. Um, because there's a lot of campgrounds out there that a lot of people don't know about, and even if they're local, sometimes you don't even know about these. So today we're going to highlight Swanton Reservoir near Trenton, Nebraska. We actually went to this one on our first day. We actually ate lunch, so this one I can actually tell you from firsthand account. The campground and the lake is actually about 6 to 8 miles west of the town of Trenton. Actually, it's a state recreation area, not a state park. But the differences between really are not that much. So we went to Macklin Bay and we had lunch in there. Swanson Reservoir is a big reservoir. It's about, I don't know, 5, 10 miles and a mile across. So it's a big one. It has two main campgrounds. Spring Canyon is located down by the dam, which which is on the northeastern end of the lake, and then Macklin Bay is on the bluff just by the side of Nebraska State Highway 34. Now, we stopped at Macklin Bay, but I'm pretty sure that the information for Macklin is going to be very similar to Spring Canyon, even though we didn't actually visit that one directly. Let's talk about Macklin Bay first. It actually sits even above the highway. The highway is actually in a cut, so traffic noise isn't too bad there. On the other side, there is a mainline railroad. From what I can tell, you might get a train or two a day. So I don't think train noise would be too bad here, but I should warn you about that. The other thing is because it sits up really high. Macklin Bay campground is really subject to the wind. So if you're expecting a major storm to come through, or you just don't want to deal with the wind at all, Macklin is definitely not the choice. I would go down to Spring Canyon by the dam. I would say Spring Canyon has the advantage of being lower, more protected, not near the highway, not near a railroad track. Also, much closer to the lake too. However, the downside I think is it would be a little more crowded, and I think you're also, because it's right next to the lake, you're probably going to experience a few to a lot more mosquitoes. Now, this is where I could describe both Spring Canyon and Macklin Bay the same. They both have about 30 to 50 sites. They are range from basic to electric. I think Spring Canyon has some full hookups too. Now, as a tent camper, I mean, I felt like there was a fair amount of space, but I'll tell you what, I think if these campgrounds got crowded, you definitely would feel it if you were in a tent. You'd just be kind of crowded by the RVs. We do have an option, however, is this, like the other places, they have like 100 primitive sites. So what you could do is you could go camp on one of the primitive sites, and you drive the quarter mile or you walk the quarter mile, and you can go use the shower to get the water and everything else at the organized campsite. The primitives are like $10 a night plus your access fee. You also have an access fee to any of these sites. I believe currently in 2020 it's $8 a night. I suggest if you're planning to do a number of these that you pick up the Nebraska pass, which is $40 for out of staters. I think it's like 25 or 20 if you're in state. I really liked the campgrounds, well laid out, clean, plenty of space between each site. The showers, building is new. The showers are good. They're nice, strong quality, and the bathrooms are clean. What can you ask more from it? As far as concessions, I didn't really see much here. You really would need to go to McCook, which is about 20 miles from here. Trenton has basic gas station and convenience stores. I'd also want to point out that fire rings are scattered all through here unless there's a complete fire ban. You can definitely have your campfire, which is really nice. And we were quite impressed with Macklin Bay. So that would be my choice if it wasn't windy. And if it was windy, I'd take Spring Canyon. Well, that does it for this recreational area. Please tune in and check out the others. I got a bunch of them I'm going to do here. And as you can see, I really like Nebraska State Recreation and Parks. I think they do a really nice job. Until next time.